Thank you very much indeed. Well, thank you. You're most kind. Thank you very much indeed. And thanks to you viewers at home for watching us on this Sunday. Do you know, it's quite interesting. A lot of people watch Bullseye and they have a little flutter on the game. You can gamble throughout the game on all sorts of things. I mean, we have bets here on the studio audience on how many of them stay awake during the programme. None of them. They have a bet on me, on yours truly. Do you know, up and down the country, there are people betting money, cakes, biscuits, all sorts of things on how many times I say super, smashing, great. And I think that's super. Smashing, great. I think... See, I've said it twice already. See? Bully had a fiver on that. Now, it's coming now, the prize is being set up, you see, and talk about gambling. I thought it was only lambs that gambled. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Good line, that. Let's meet our odds-on favourites tonight. 6 very, very talented people who we hope are going to do well on Bullseye. Young John, how are you? Nice to see you.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks for coming to see us all the way from, well, down in West Country again. Yeah, what do you do for a living, John?
Builder's labour.
For everybody? Bricking,
yeah.
plastering, anything? Joiner?
All of it, yeah.
All of it, you just labour for it. The main thing is you're working, you're obviously a fit lad.
Yeah.
You're a bit of an athlete. What are your sports, John?
Like football a lot.
You play soccer?
Yeah.
What position do you play?
Right wing.
They don't have right wingers now. Do they still have wingers?
Yeah.
I think that's marvellous if you're playing right wing. If you play in the first division, you'd never get the ball, would you?
No.
Well, it's nice to see you, and thanks for coming to see us. How are you, Pete?
Not too bad, thanks, Jim.
Nice to see you. What do you do for a living, Pete?
Suspend the ceilings. I fit suspend ceilings.
Really? Now, you're engaged to John's sister.
That's right, yeah.
He used to babysit...
No, I
used to babysit for both of them?
For him and my fiancée.
For him?
Yeah.
And?
I was going out with his sister.
Yeah?
And Amanda's sister, and I used to babysit for them.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I'm glad you told us that. It's good. Nice to see you both, anyway. Thanks for coming. Young Tony, how are you, sir?
I'm all right, Jim.
Good.
How are you?
Nice to see you from Middleton in Manchester.
Yes.
My part of the world. I know it well. I know it well. What do you do for a living, Tony?
In between jobs at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that deliberate, or?
No, redundant.
Really?
3 times on a trot.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit bad looking, it is. You're a very good dart player. We shouldn't really say, but you can handle it. And you hold 2 world records,
Yes.
don't you, Tony? Tell us what these 2 world records are.
I hit 27 180s in hour and 25 minutes.
2,780 in...
25 minutes.
In 25 minutes?
Yes. And
what was the other one, Tony?
38 180s in 6-hour pairs with a mate and I, in doubles.
Which you only have half the time at the board, obviously, so that's very, very good. And thanks for coming to see us from Manchester. Good lad, you have a good night. How are you, Bob?
Fine, thanks, Jim.
Nice to see you.
And you?
You're from... you're both from Middleton?
Yeah.
Middleton area. Well, what do you do for a living, Bob?
Boring chartered accountant.
Well, that's not a boring job at all. You save my life every year, you lads,
Yeah.
chartered accountant. Where have you been doing your bit of accounting?
I worked in Bermuda for 5 years. And
For a company?
yeah.
Good.
And then I spent quite a bit of time in the States, and I've been to Kuwait before Saddam. I was there before
he was
Saddam,
there.
yeah.
He needs an accountant now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Right, we move on to the end from Western. How are you, Colin?
Right, thanks, Jim.
Colin Pratt, that's good. It must be awful to have a name like Colin. Gracious me. Eh? What do you do for a living, Colin?
I'm an AA motorway patrolman.
Really? Are you one of the very, very nice men?
I think so.
What are your hobbies, Colin?
Well, I like playing golf when I can.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of chance, obviously. Darts, I love my darts. I love my darts as much as I can.
Good. How are you, Mike?
Fine, thanks, Jim.
Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. What, your job, Mike?
I'm a thermal coatings operator at the moment.
Tell us very briefly what that is. Thermal coating is.
Sounds glamorous, but it's metal spraying, really, for aerospace products.
Oh, is
You
it?
coat them for thermal sort of barriers, basically.
Yeah, stop condensation,
Yeah.
heat preservation, all
Yeah,
of
sort
it.
of thing, yeah.
You're a good golfer?
Used to be.
Yeah.
Used to be.
What do you play off now, Mike?
Oh, about 16.
Oh, that's good.
Hacking now.
Well, that's still a fair old thing. A warm round of applause for our contestants tonight. Brilliant. Well done. Should we do it? Off you. Right. How are you, Tony?
I'm super, great, smashing.
See, that's 3 times now.
And that's another fiver.
You had a fiver on that, didn't you? 3 times. Who's won a fiver tonight? All right, here are our questions waiting to be answered, and over there are contestants waiting to play Bullseye. OK, to remind our viewers at home, questions correctly answered in the first round are worth £30 each. Let's play Bullseye. Pete for John.
I'll try faces, please, Jim.
All right, come on, John. Faces, please, sir. Faces.
All right, John. Well, that's gone in spelling, Jim.
No problem. The category's there. Not serious at this stage, Pete. Don't worry. For £30, please spell propel, meaning to drive forward. Propel.
P-R-O-P-E-L.
I'll check it with Bully. P-R-O-P-E-L is correct. £30 you've got. We move on. Bob for Tony.
Faces, please, Jim.
Faces. Come on, big Tony. Faces with like, sir.
That's 50.
£50 you have. For another £30, it's all down to you, Bob, and only you. Nobody else can interfere with it. Look at your monitor. Who is that?
Gary Lineker.
Well, that was very difficult, wasn't it? Gracious me. He's the best English striker since Arthur Scargill. Right. We move on. Mike for Colin.
Sports, please, Jim.
All right. Come on, Colin. Sport with like.
Well, he went for the bull and it's gone in faces, Jim. The subject's gone.
Which gives us, at the end of round one, Mike and Colin to get off the mark, Pete and John with £30, Bob and Tony with £80. OK. We move on to round two in game one. Questions £50 each. A little bit more difficult, and the categories are starting to disappear. Choose a lit one, Pete, for John.
I'll try showbiz, please, Jim.
All right. Come on, John. Showbiz, please.
Well, that's gone into sport, Jim. The subject's there.
For £50, which English goalkeeper announced his retirement from international football after the 1990 World Cup?
Peter Shilton.
Peter Shilton. He reckoned he'd saved enough. That's fine. £50 you've got. Bob for Tony.
Words, please.
Yes. Tony, we'd like words, please, sir.
Yes, that's 50.
Yeah, steady. Well played, Tony. For another £50, Bob, what is the correct name for the teeth known as eye teeth?
Incisors, Jim.
Oof. No, you rushed in a shed. In fact, it's not. It's canines. Never mind. We move on. Early days. Mike for Colin.
Showbiz, please, Jim.
Showbiz, please, Colin.
Well, that's in affairs. The subject's there, Jim.
What nickname was given to America's Strategic Defence Initiative project, Mike?
Star Wars.
Is right, sir. Give you £50. Let's look at the scores at the end of round two. £50 for Mike and Colin, £80 for Pete and John. In the lead with £130, Bob and Tony. Well played. How are you doing at home? Have you backed a couple yet? And we've got, of course, left, let's look, places, showbiz, history, books and Britain. For the last time on the category board, Pete, for John.
I'll try history, please, Jim.
History. There's a margin for error on the left. History we'd like.
Yes, 50.
£50 you've got. For a further £100, Pete, what was the name of the Czechoslovakian leader who was removed from office following the Russian invasion in 1968?
Tito?
It wasn't. It was Alexander Dubček. We move on. Bob for Tony.
Showbiz, please, Jim.
Tony, showbiz, please, sir.
That's 50.
£50. Show business. After singer Jerry Dorsey adopted the name of a German opera composer, he became famous. What name is he known by?
Engelbert Humperdinck.
He's right. We should have given that to Tony, shouldn't we?
Right.
Absolutely right. £100 you've got. Well, you're looking good. Mike for Colin.
Britain, please, Jim.
Britain, Colin, please. £50 you have. The dome and figure of justice above the Old Bailey are famous throughout the world. The figure of justice holds scales in one hand. What is in the other hand?
An orb, Jim.
It's not. It's a sword. Scales for weighing the evidence and the sword for punishment. Gives us the scores at the end of game one. £100 for Mike and Colin, £130 for Pete and John, and £280 for Bob and Tony. It's anybody's, isn't it, at this stage? Pounds for points. Over to Tony.
20. 20. And treble one. 43. 43, Tony. Treble one. 20. and 20, 43. Tying at 43, Colin. 5, 1, and 19, which is 25. So we have a tie on 43, Jim.
Here we go for £43, Pete and Bob. A West Country food delicacy is fried elver. Pete.
Baby eels.
Yes, for £43. Gives us the scores at the end of game 1 in round 2. £100 for Mike and Colin, £173 for Pete and John. Still in the lead, though, Bob and Tony with £280. Back to Tony.
Right, John. Second round. 20, 20, and 20. That's 60. That's only 60. 20, 5, and 20, which is 45. The score to beat Colin, 60. 20, 20, and 5, 45. So with 60, John takes the second round.
Pete, you could do with this to get you within shouting distance of Bob and Tony. Listen carefully to this. It's for £60 for you, sir. What was the name of the very first active communications satellite which was launched in 1962 and transmitted the first transatlantic television pictures?
Bed.
It's not. It's the only answer I can take, I'm sorry. We can offer it. The two of you now, Bob and Tony, I'm offering you the question. Press your buzzer if you know the answer. First in, Bob.
Telstar.
Telstar gives you £45. Gives us the scores at the end of round 2 in game 2. £100 for Mike and Colin, £173 for Pete and John, but Bob and Tony move on a shade with £325. Back to Tony.
Right, John. Final round. 5, 20, and 1, 26. 26, Tony. 20, 5, and 20, 45. 45, Colin. It's 5, 20, and 19, which is 44. So with 45, Tony takes the final round, Jim.
The question for Bob, and it's worth £45 to you, Bob. Which American said in a speech, "I have a dream"?
I don't know, Jim.
I can offer that for £44 to Mike.
John F. Kennedy.
I can offer it for £26 to Pete.
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King gives you £26. Gives us the scores at the end of game 2 and into the commercial break. Mike and Colin with £100, with £199, Pete and John, through to Bullish Prize Board, Bob and Tony with £325, which means you've got to say cheerio to Pete and John and Mike and Colin. In you come. Well played. No problem. No problem. Fine. Absolutely no problem. In you come, Michael. John Kennedy, oh dear, never mind. Pete and John got 109. I'll count this out now, and 100 for you. You've got your tankards and your bullies and your darts, so all's not lost, is it? Keep your eye on it, because the boys are going well. They may not gamble. It could well be required in about 9 or 10 minutes. See you in the second half for some surprises and a charity throw. 2 minutes. Welcome back to this edition of Bullseye. 2 lads from Manchester here got through to the final. £329 you've got. It's bronze bully time now. Throwing for charity north of the border. He's down to see us. Bob Taylor.
Hey, Bob, nice respect. OK, Bob, best of luck. First of the 9. It's 5. Treble 5. And treble 20. Good recovery. 80 scored. 20. 5. And treble 19, so that's 82. Keep it going, Bob. 162. Still be done. 20. Treble 1. And 20. 43. Still a lot of trebles there, Bob, weren't they? 205, well done. First time, not easy.
Nice to see you. Pleasure. I feel very small amongst you lads here. Do you know this fellow?
I do now.
Yeah. There we are. That's £205. Not easy.
No,
Yeah.
very hard.
We've got to say to the viewers at home, in rehearsal, what did you get just before you came on with 9?
405.
405 he got with 9 just before he came on. So I promise you it's not easy. Where's this £205 going to, young Bob?
It's for a local children's hospital for the burns
For the burns unit.
Yeah.
We know the hospital. It's a great hospital, isn't it, in Manchester?
Yeah,
You can't mention it, can we? But we know it. And the hospital get it, which is most important. Listen, young sir, you're a Scottish international. Your nickname Big Bear.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I can't understand why. What's your day job?
An unusual one.
Yes, tell me about it.
I carried to my girlfriend a European ladies tour.
Are you a golfer yourself?
Hopeless.
Really? So you
That's true.
look in admiration at it.
Yeah, very
It's been
much
great
so.
to have you with us. I know it's
Thanks
your first
very
time.
much.
If we're back again next
Enjoyed it.
year,
Oh, yes, I'd
you're
love
more
to.
than welcome.
Thanks very much.
Thank you for coming down.
Thanks
I
very
know
much.
you're going to wish the lads all the best.
Best
Thanks
of
very
luck,
much,
lads.
Bob.
No problem.
Thank you.
All the best,
Best of
Bob.
luck.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Taylor. Thank you very much indeed. Let's see what Bullish Prize Board has got for you tonight.
In 1.
You'll be all in a spin with this automatic washing machine and dryer.
In 2.
Take your calls wherever you like on a luxury cordless phone.
In 3.
Carry it off in style in this leather briefcase.
In 4.
Keep up the pressure on your car with this high-pressure cleaner.
In 5.
A racing certainty. And the kids will love it too, a complete Scalextric set.
In 6.
Steve Wright in the afternoon, well, if you must, on this modern radio cassette player.
In 7.
See for yourself with a remote-controlled TV and stand.
In 8.
Hey, you'll like this knitting machine, Tony.
Where's that, Jim?
It's for a complete knit.
And Bully's special prize.
Take your loved one or the wife on this luxury weekend in Paris for 2. Listen, boys. Good prizes. 9 prizes behind the red sectors and Bullish special prize, which was a bit special tonight, wasn't it? You've got 9 darts. Keep out of the black and in the red. Nothing in this game for 2 in a bed. First 3 for you, Tony, then 3 for Bob, and back to you again, Tony. Put the lights out. We'd love you to win the lot. Listen to Tony. Take your time. Stand with me, Bob.
Go on then, Tony. Let's have a heartful. Best of luck. It's black. But that's the bullseye!
You've won the weekend in
Well
Paris.
done.
You've got it.
And red number 7.
Well done. That's the 21-inch remote-controlled TV. Fine.
It's black. That's the bullseye. Now then,
You've just lost
it.
the weekend in Paris.
But that's red. It's number
Fine.
1.
That's your automatic washing machine and dryer.
That's black. But that's red. It's number 4.
Fine. That's the high-pressure cleaner.
And red number 3.
Fine. That's the leather briefcase. Let's have a look at what you've won. The automatic washing machine and dryer. The leather briefcase. The high-pressure cleaner. And the 21-inch remote-controlled TV and stand. You've done all right. Well, now, boys, let me say, first of all, that Bob Taylor's £205, that's on its way to your Children's Hospital Burns unit in Manchester. That goes tomorrow morning, first class. And we're delighted about that. This is your decision. £325 you've got. And the prizes you've got. You can take them home with you. We'll deliver them for you. Would you like to gamble the prizes and the money, £325, against tonight's star prize, which is hiding behind Bully? You need 101 or more with 6 darts. 3 for Bob, and then your 3, Tony. Remember, the money and the prizes. If you lose, all you get is your bullies, your tankards, and BFH, your bus fare home. Now, Now, if you want, I know you've got your family with you. If you want to talk to them, you can. You've got the time it takes the board to revolve to tell us what you want to do. It is some gamble now, isn't it? What would you do? Right. Listen. These two have been a riot. Tony, what is your philosophy about this, Tony?
I'm not going for it.
But he wants to go for it.
That's our cheese. we've got that and the check with it. And that's
Check with it. And that's it. Yeah. Lovely to see you. Thanks, Bob.
I think he's right.
Giving it all away.
You're going to take it with you. I've got to respect your decision because, as you said, it's not going just too well for you tonight. You're a great player, but sensible decision, I think. Take your bullies and your tankers.
The wife?
For the wife, 325 quid, all your prizes. Take those, Bob. You've been a lot of fun, and you've represented us lads quite well.
Right, thanks very much.
God bless you. Well done, boys. I've got to tell you. Oh, dear. That Tony, some character. Right, with £199, about 12 minutes ago, they'd given up. They'd packed the bags. They were on the M1. Let's see what they're going to do. They've got the money in their hand. Welcome back, Pete and John. Here you come, boys. Well done. Perfect, perfect. You've got nearly £200, not quite. 199. It's a lovely star prize. Speak to me.
Go for it, Jim.
Going to give it a try?
Yeah.
Non-dart player first. We wish you all the best. Give all the time in the world. Take your time. Sit with me, John. Plenty of time. Really, plenty of time.
Okay,
Steady,
Pete.
steady, steady,
Know
steady.
what we said? Just take your time. All the time in the world. It's 1, 5, and treble 20.
Now, steady.
66. Well done. Well done.
35. Walk away. Get your act together.
John, if you can hit 35 or more, you will take tonight's star prize. Best of order, please. 20. 1.
It's 40.
And 1.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it. Just down the side. Done.
Have a look at what you could have won. It's a fabulous holiday for four in the Dominican Republic, situated right in the heart of the Caribbean with its clear skies and colourful coastlines. Dominica mixes the stately grandeur of Spanish America with the laid-back style of the West Indies. But don't be fooled, there's everything laid on for the modern tourist, from first-class restaurants and superb hotels to nightclubs and discos. The Dominican Republic, and it's all for the throw of a dart. Well, I'm sorry. Don't ever ask me to predict Bullseye. Don't ever ask me again to predict what happens on Bullseye. We're absolutely devastated. It was there, wasn't it? Never mind, that's the game. That's why 11 million watchers. We'd like to thank you for watching us at home. Thanks to Bob Taylor and our evergreen Tony Green for being with us once again. The money's gone to the hospital. We're delighted about that. Watch us next week on Bullseye. We may have a winner for you then. Watch us next week. You can't beat a bit of bully, can you? Bye.
Tomorrow at 9 on Challenge, Bradley Walsh gives us some agonising tension under the guise of a family quiz show in The Chase.